Good morning.
Good morning.
This is energy. Happy Sunday. So welcome. I am Surinder, Toastmaster Surinder Kumar. I am welcoming all of you. Meeting Millenium City Toastmaster Club meeting number 477. Prior to start of our meeting, we have to set some ground rules. First one is I am requesting all of you just switch off your electronic devices, that anyone that can produce an audible voice. Second one, as in Toastmaster, we don't talk on politics, gender, religions and sex. Please avoid any discussion on these. And the last one, whenever anyone is talking, speaking, a speaker here, please don't do any crosstalks. Everything in the world has its own missions. Likewise, our Toastmaster also has a mission. I am requesting everyone, please stand up and say with me. The mission of our Toastmaster Club is to provide a mutually supportive and positive learning environment in which every member has the opportunity to develop communication and leadership skills, which in turn foster self-confidence and personal growth. Thank you. Now, I am going to invite our president officer of this meeting. He is a veteran Toastmaster and he is the president of our club. And please welcome Toastmaster Deepanshu with great applause. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
A little bit more energy. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
That's the spirit. So, welcome to meeting number 477. For the guests, meeting number 477 signifies a very important number. It signifies that this club has been meeting every Sunday for the past 9 years to develop its members' communication and leadership skills. Now, before I move on to our guest introduction, I have two major announcements to be made. First, let's invite our newest members who have joined last week. Toastmaster Manju. Can we have a round of applause for her? Toastmaster Kritika Malani is not here. Toastmaster Diya. So, three new members have joined our club. Welcome to MCTC, ma'am. Second major announcement that I have to make is that next week, as you all might have known, we are organizing a full day fun outdoor meeting at Surajgarh. So requesting all the members to please bring your families, friends to this event. It's going to be different from a regular meeting where we are going to have a lot of fun there. We have an instructor there who's going to organize many team building activities, games. So a couple of our veteran members are also organizing something. So it's like a full day with food, snacks and everything. So it's going to be really fun. Requesting everyone to please register at earliest so that we can manage all the resources that we have to for that meeting. Moving on to our guest introduction, I would request the guests to please share a small introduction so that we can get to know you and what are your expectations from the club. So, ma'am, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello everyone, my name is Akshay and I am a software developer in Edison and I belong to UP and I want to improve my communication skills, that's why I am here.
Thank you. Sir.
You guys must be wondering, this guy, once again. This is my third meeting as a guest. I am a software engineer and my name is Pranav. I didn't mention this the very first time. So my name is Pranav. That's it. I have introduced myself probably 3 or 4 times.
Thank you very much. Welcome.
Hello everyone, my name is Diksha and I am your president's little sister. So I'm in class 11 and there's nothing else about me. Like I'm a tarot reader also. Like I'm doing open school because I just want to focus in this astrology field. And that's it. Thank you so much.
My name is Piyush. This is my third session. I already introduced myself as three times. So yeah, I'm operation manager in Millenium, and I'm here to just remove my stage fear and improve my communication skills.
Thank you. Thank you. With this, I have also one more announcement. Last week, as our VP Education said, we have a couple of members, guests coming late. So from now on, we have this age-old practice that whenever someone enters the door, we clap for them as a sign of encouragement. And so from now on, we'll do it so that we have a better discipline in meeting, because it really helps if all the members, role players come on time, so that we can start exactly on time and the meeting also ends on time. With this, we move on to our Toastmaster of the day. Our Toastmaster of the day today is someone who has joined our club in 2016. He is one of the veteran Toastmasters. He's a prolific speaker, a trainer. He's in agriculture field. He do multiple trainings in our club. His energy is so contagious that whenever he comes to stage, the whole meeting is enlightened with lots of learning and enthusiasm. And today he's going to talk about the upcoming election of the EC. As you all know, we have EC every 6 months elected. So he's going to talk about the different role there is, starting from the president to the sergeant at arms. He's going to talk about the responsibilities. He's going to also share his experience as the president of this club for more than 2 times. So with this, ladies and gentlemen, with a huge round of applause, please welcome Toastmaster Bakul Joshi.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm a bit nervous with the way he introduced, and I have to live up to those expectations. I'll try, okay? This is meeting number 477. That means we have been meeting for last almost 8 years, by the way? 9 years. 9 years we have been meeting. So one of the oldest clubs, and this was a split from Gurgaon or it is Toastmasters club, and now our club is stronger than them even. So welcome. Today's theme is learn to lead and lead to learn. It happens both, right? When you take a leadership, both things happen. So how, if you become the part of executive committee, how you can really learn the leadership qualities? I have taken a couple of roles in the past. I was president 2 times. I was vice president education once. So I have learned when I became a president, my training happened, different challenges came. So we'll share what are the responsibilities of different roles and what are the skills required, or what skills we will, gain in the process. That's what I'll share. So I'm a midweaver in a way, most of you know it, because even the guests also have come a couple of times, so you know exactly what is the role of Toastmaster of the day. There are 3 sections for a couple of completely new members, for you mainly, and you, at least Deepanshu might be. I'm very happy that you come. Prepared speech section for better speaking. When you come on the stage, start speaking. It really changes the way you think, the way you prepare. We learn that. Second is table topics. Many a times in our corporate life, or wherever you work, you may have to speak all of a sudden, impromptu you may have to speak. And here we learn that as well. You have to think on your feet and speak. So that also is a training which happens in the process. And third is evaluation. Possibly that is the heart, last but not the least. That is the heart. People get feedback. And when you get feedback, you tend to improve. So mainly for the 2 guests, the rest of the people they already know. For the guest, couple of guests, after every session, you have to give feedback to the person who had come over here. So you will get to know how to give feedback. There is a QR code, there is a member sitting beside you. Just scan it. There will be a form. You just download that form and then start giving feedback. So that's the way it will happen. We have a very, very packed agenda. We have 3 prepared speeches, and then their evaluators, and then the rest of the things will come. We'll explain in a short while from now. Word of the day. Every week we learn new word, right? And today's word of the day is serendipity. Yeah, some of them are familiar. What is the meaning? Without looking at them.
Whatever is destined
time that will happen? A blessing?
Ah, you are right. I mean, close to it. You know, and both have a very closer answer. So, serendipity is an occurrence or a development of events by chance in a happy or beneficial way. That means you get lucky all of a sudden. You did not expect and you became lucky. That is called serendipity. Luck is that takes form finding valuable and pleasant things that are not looked for. Supposing you are not searching for a Toastmasters club and somebody all of a sudden brought you, oh my God, this is the place I can learn public speaking. Then it's a serendipity. Right? That's the way it is. Yeah. So it's a happy chance, a fortunate stroke of serendipity. A sentence we found a restaurant by pure serendipity rather than careful research. So when luck comes by accident, that is called serendipity.
Luck by chance.
Luck by chance, exactly, right? I mean, there is a happy chance, it is written. Luck by chance, that's the right word you used. And it's a noun, not an adjective. So keep that in mind, okay? And if at all somebody uses the word of the day, we'll give thumbs up. Because he is using it, he has started. So if you don't use it, we lose it, right? So it gives us a chance to use the word and that will come into our brain dictionary, right? So that's a purpose. Now we will start with a laugh. Laughter. Right? Now whosoever has put this quote, I wanted to change this quotation. But when I went on the Google, I found this is the best. If you laugh a lot, when you get older, your wrinkles will be at right places. Laughing is such an important thing, right? You will have wrinkles at the right place. Great. So let's start the laugh. So Vandana is here. She has been the member since November to a very, very fresh member we have, right? She is master in social work and working as a soft skill trainer. Oh my gosh, that's an important skill, right? Hobbies are listening to music. So it's MCDC's serendipity that we got such a member who is a skilled soft skill trainer and listening to music. That's my hobby also, and spending time with her family. Rather, that is a learning we should all have. Welcome, Vandana. Crack a joke for us.
Thank you so much.
A very good morning to dear fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Today I am going to perform a joke in front of you. So let's start. A journalist to a doctor of a mental hospital. Journalist to the doctor. How do you determine whether a patient is mental or not? Doctor. Well, we take a bathtub and fill it with water till the top. And then we give a tablespoon, a glass and a bucket to the patient and tell him or her to empty the bathtub. Reporter. Obviously, a normal person would use a bucket because it's bigger. Doctor. No, you stupid. He would pull the drain plug. Doctor. Admit this patient in ward number 29. Thank you. Please pass.
Thank you so much. It's a very, very pertinent joke. Thank you so much. At least it got
Nobody
smile.
thought of bucket, huh?
Okay. So word number 21. Okay. Let's go further. Feedback is a free education. So such a wonderful quote, right? Feedback is a free education to excellence. Seek it with sincerity and receive it with a grace. So you have to take it. I mean, when I had gone for a training, I'll not take much time. She is raising the color board. So the trainer told, he was a coach, and coach told, I coach only those people who are coachable. There are some people who are not coachable. They always have their ego. They will always have a last word in their argument. Even if they have committed a mistake and you point out to him, possibly you could have done better. No, I had a reason to do it that way. Right? So the person who has a last word always in the argument and never accept the mistake, they are non-coachable people. But here, you have to be open-minded to accept feedback. And the moment you start accepting feedback, possibly you will go at a different level. So feedback we give here, and to do that, we have an entire dedicated team who gives feedback to us. And for that, the team leader today, whom we call General Evaluator, one of the very veteran Toastmaster, recently he won Table Topic Master Speech Contest at a club level, and he won at area level also. That means 5 clubs members come there, they compete, and he came to the top. Now he is going to at a division level. He is a principal technical working for S&P Global, and we both joined the club together in 2016. And there is a huge things to, and so many things to learn from this gentleman. Hobbies, traveling and trekking. We have done trekking together, Amarnath Yatra, and he is the man. He is our general evaluator. Welcome, Bhanu Dravid.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bakul, for such a wonderful introduction. I feel top on the sky. So, Football World Cup is going on, FIFA World Cup. So, if you're anyone following up, many people here. Okay. So, you know there are players on the field, and there are some other players who are not playing, but they are ensuring that play is played with all the gamesmen sportsmanship. Those are the referees and umpires. And if you know that last week there was a huge controversy about a goal, and there was a video assisted referee. So our job today is to play the role of referee, to see the meeting is being conducted properly, and if anyone is making anything nonsense or something, we will catch that person. So be careful. I am not alone in my endeavor today. I have a team. So what I call them as a tag team. It's a timer, R counter, and grammarian. So they will keep a watch on your basic things, on your timings, on your usage of words, with like what are you using correct grammar or not, and also are you making a lot of grudge sounds or something, because it's not considered good in a public speaking that you are making R's and ums. So we have a team for that, and we also have a team of evaluators who will be evaluating the speeches of each individual speaker. So let me introduce my tag team first. So I have a timer who is newly joined Toastmaster Diya. Can you please come and tell your role?
Good morning, Toastmasters and guests. As a timer, I will monitor and record time for each meeting segment and each speaker. I will operate the timing signal indicating to each speaker how long he or she has been talking. For prepared speeches, green card will be shown at 5 minutes, yellow card at 6 minutes, and red card at 7 minutes. The speaker shall have 30 seconds to close. For table topics, green card will be shown at 1 minute, yellow card at 1 minute 30 seconds, and red card at 2 minutes. The speaker shall have 30 minutes to close. For evaluations, green card will be shown at 2 minutes, yellow card at 2 minutes 30 seconds, and red card at 3 minutes. The speaker shall have again 30 seconds to conclude. In addition, I shall signal the President, Toastmasters, Table Topic Masters, and General Evaluator with red card when they have reached their allotted time or agreed upon time limit. When called by a General Evaluator, I shall announce the speaker's name and time taken. I shall also mention those members who are eligible for voting.
Thank you, Toastmaster Diya, and I commend you for taking the role the day you become member. Another role player today. Good. Another role player, we have an R counter who has also joined today only as a full member. So please welcome with big round of applause Toastmaster Manju.
Good morning, all Toastmasters.
Good morning.
As TM Bhanu already give my introduction, so today I shall load the R counter role player. So what is this role exactly? This is I will count R words, which is like filler words. These are all filler words when using in the speech. So filler words are not bad all time. Sometimes it's good also, but excessive or overuse of any filler word is not good. It will damage our beauty of speech. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster. I would request all the speakers who come on the stage, please shake a hand with the. Okay. Now, last but not the least, our grammarian today. So, our grammarian is Toastmaster Akshay, who is coming back to the club after a long hiatus. Yeah.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
So, as a grammarian, I will listen to everyone's word usage and note down misusage of language. It can be incomplete sentences, sentences that could have been said better, or incorrect grammar. I would urge each and every one of you to use word of the day, which is serendipity, and the meaning is good luck or luck by chance. So, all the best, and I shall present my report at the end of the meeting during evaluation section. So, thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster. So you know everyone now that we have a team who is watching to you. So please be careful. Please use your words carefully and please use your time carefully. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you. Okay, so now we will get into the discussion on EC role. EC stands for Executive Committee. I like this quote which says the task of a leader is to get people from where they are to where they have not been. So when you become the EC member and people join this Toastmasters Club members, where they are in their communication journey, but where they are not, we have to take one of them there. So that is what EC does or leader does, okay? So there are different roles. There are 7 roles. President, Vice President Education, Vice President Membership. These 3 roles I'll discuss first, otherwise there are others also. Vice President Public Relations, Secretary, Treasurer, and Sergeant at Arms. These are the 7 roles. Are you all with me? Right? I'll explain each role, exactly what is the responsibility or role and responsibility of each of this position. First one. It may not be readable, but I'll still explain. President sets the tone of the club. Right? You want to tilt the chair, otherwise you will start getting a pain. Right? Because ergonomically you will not be sitting. So just tilt your chair So he is the president, and I mean it's a serendipity to us that we have the youngest president, right? He must be younger. You are in 20s, right? I'm in my 60s. He is 40 years younger to me. Once I was the president, now he is the president. And that happens at a Toastmaster club. And possibly he is, I tell you, he is one of the best presidents I have ever found. Would you agree with that? Yes. Right? And so, that's what. He expected to provide support, helpful, supportive leadership. I wanted to prepare these charts. And I went to him, hey, Deepanshu, I need some help. He prepared charts, part of the charts, and sent it to me. That is what he does, right? And that's what president does. Not that every time he'll prepare charts, okay? No, he'll not do that, right? The activities, and we'll be the first to assume responsibility for the progress and welfare of the club. President, I was also president twice, but he did better job than I did, I must say. Okay? What are the responsibilities? He provides positive leadership to executive committee and the club, builds a cohesive team, because one has to take everybody together. He oversees and felicitates the club meeting. He is the only one who gets chance to speak every time. You might have seen, right? President comes first and he speaks. So that is also, he leads by example, right? Treat all members fairly and equally. That is what, because ultimately a young guy, but he's a fatherly figure, is a president, right? Hold yourself and your offices accountable. So yourself means the president himself and his office accountable. Be diplomatic in resolving conflict. Many times a conflict may happen. Of course, fortunately in our club it has never happened. Encourage participation in distinguished club program. There are certain goals every club has. So he is the one who leads and tries to make sure that MCTC achieves all the distinguished club program goals like membership criteria, number of levels people have completed, pathways, number of people certified, and there are multiple, right? And financial responsibility and accountability, because money also comes there in the picture, right? So managing that money, having complete transparency of accounting, that is also remain current with the leader letter. So every time the global organization of Toastmasters, they keep sending information. He's the one who really remain updated with that. And represent club at a district and area level council meetings. So regular meetings happen. So how the the Toastmaster community is organized, hierarchy is club, then area has 4 to 5 clubs, then division may have 20 clubs, and then possibly district level. So that is the way it happens, and then region level, and then global level. That is the way it is organized. Represent club at that and be familiar with all aspects of addendum of standard club options and club constitutions. So this is what the role of a president is. If you become a president, the kind of training which happens, possibly from training itself you will learn a lot. That's the one thing. Second is, what are the skills required? Team building and delegation, right? Because everything you cannot do. Positive small group leadership, you get to really manage your EC team. So that leadership skills required and you learn. Organization and problem solving. Many times some problems come in the past. Couple of serious problems had also come related to like a misbehavior of a club member. Once only it happened in my 7-8 years. So possibly that also is the one which president takes care. Organizing communities to accomplish task and event. Like we have our club level competition, we have area level competitions. Club level there are multiple competitions happen. Storytelling competitions, prepared speech, international speech contest, table topic contest, evaluation contest, multiple contests happen. And regularly they are announced globally. And then our club participates and our club winners like the Bhanu recently won here and now has gone to area level. And he won there as well. Right? So there also conflict management, delivery of tactful and constructive feedback. And he should be a very positive minded person. Because it's not what you say that matters. Would you all agree? Are you all agreeing with me? It's how you say that matters, right? So it is and then successful planning, right? When he is the president, a president can remain only for 6 months. After 6 months, there will be again an election. So you all will get a chance to become a president once, right? And I got a chance twice, but not repeatedly, right? Once I became a president, there were a couple of more presidents, and then again I got a chance to become a president. And then you have to contest an election, okay? Very, very well organized election happens. Did anybody participate in the election process here? The old members, right? Many new members not had it. And compliance with standard procedures. Compliance is a very, very important. On 7th, I am going to train my entire country's entire leadership and all employees, 800 employees, I am conducting a training on compliance. And compliance here, so I will learn from here how the compliance happens. Okay, so that's what it is. So that is president's role. Anybody has any question? Any comments, any doubts? Are you all with me? Sure? Should I go to the next level? Next one? The next one is the vice president education. He is a very, very important guy. Once I was vice president education, there is a lot of work but a lot of learning as well. So he enhances the pathway learning and overall learning journey of all members because he is an education guy, right? He educates all of us. So he keeps the track of how are we learning, how are we making progress in our pathway journey. Right? There are 12 paths, for the guests might not be knowing, but there are 12 paths and everybody once you take a path, you have to complete 15 speeches, 15 projects, 5 levels, right? When you have to do that, it is the VP education who keeps track of everything, who is where. Somebody is not making progress, they will call him. Okay, man, I mean, you come here to learn, you paid your money, and you are not making any progress. That's not done, right? Your money is going west. So he does that. So he does the agenda. Whatever the agenda we see, a detailed agenda. It is the VP education prepares. SI meeting roles. Every time he might be coming to all of us, right? All the members. right? Manage club schedule and plan meetings, manage member progress in the pathways as I mentioned. He acts as a primary base camp manager. Everybody will, once you take a path, how many of you have taken the path? Selected your path on the website, Toastmaster portal. You're not taken, Bhawna? And you're not taken? You're not taken? Okay, so I'll just, you both have not taken, right? Possible. Many of the members are now members. Of course, you are very new members, but you have to start your pathway journey. You read every project, the level of training which happens, possibly. You can't learn anything anywhere because this is global research done and all these paths are prepared. So don't do anything half-hearted. I would say don't pay the fees next time if at all you are not making progress. I'm a bit harsh, bit blunt. Why I'm telling this is because you've come here to learn, right? And that is the reason every speech I take, I read the entire project in detail and then I come here and speak. That will make you a different person. That is what the VP Education does. Of course, you are new members, so you might not have been able to read, but I know he's a very diligent guy. Plan speech contest, hold self and other officers accountable, keep current with the Toastmaster program, manage mentor program, provide positive and impartial evaluation, and then remain current with the leader letter. So VP Education is a very, very critical role. Rather, every role is very critical. What are the skills required? Strategic planning, evaluate individual performance and determine where the person is, assigning mentors. Agar somebody is not making progress, he will find, like, I keep pressing call, Bakul, that gentleman we need to help, that girl we need to help. And sometimes members also themselves take initiatives, they call us. We really go through their speeches, we discuss, possibly you could have done this better. So that way VP Education plays a second. Organization and problem solving, some of them are very repetitive. Successful mentoring techniques. Everybody is assigned a mentor. But in mentor and protege, I'm a passionate guy, okay? So in mentor and protege or mentor and mentee relationship, who is more responsible in this? Mentee. Because a mentor is a busy guy, right? He does so many things. He does his job and he is mentor here as well. It is mentee's responsibility to reach out to mentor. So please, and mentor's responsibility to respect when a mentee comes for the help, right? So that's what we have to do. Critical thinking he has to do, motivate others to set and achieve personal goals, strategic planning, succession planning on he also has to do, and compliance with standard procedures. Some of the skills are standard. So this is VP Education. I am at a yellow, third one. Okay, and VP now, membership. He is the man which fills this room. Yes? Would you all agree? Yes? Like Vice President membership is, he enhances club guest experience. Any guest comes, right? There are multiple guests, right? Facilitate them to become member of the club. They have many questions, right? So we have to, he should be warm, he should be talking, he should be giving complete detail, he should be understanding how the club runs, everything. So what? He initiates the Vice President membership, and our Navcharan is our Vice President membership, doing a wonderful job. He established contact with the guests, help them feel welcome, right? Hospitality and membership information he provides to the guests. Reply to all prospective members in timely manner if at all somebody has a question. Manage process for guest conversion into members. If a guest wants to become member, what is the process? What are the forms to be filled? How to pay the fees? How to get the login ID for the club portal? Because you won't get login ID until you become a member. And possibly there is a wealth of information on the portal. Wealth of anything you want to do about leadership, training, right? I mean, you will get everything there, right? Manage membership challenges when they occur, conduct membership building program, right? He promotes club, recruit new members, hold self and other officers accountable, and remain again current. Because every EC member will have a training. Because every club will have election at a time. Right? So, sub jagah say from every place a president will come, a vice president, education will come, all will get together at one place. And then senior leaders in the Toastmaster committee, they will conduct training that how to become effective VP education or VP membership. They will train. And skills like marketing, right? He should be a nice communicator because he has to talk to the guest. networking and relationship building, strategic planning, critical thinking, communication skills. He has to be better communicator, organize and problem solving, positive small group collaboration. He has to be collaborative, right? Successful and compliance again. Compliance will always remain, which is a bedrock. So here are the 3 roles I have explained. Any doubt, anything? Clear to everybody? At the end there is a quiz also. Okay, so I'll ask a question. Okay. Yeah, with this, you are getting into the first section, prepare switch. You can speak well if your tongue can deliver the message of your heart. That's what it says. And so when you speak what it wants to say, speak from your heart. So you can only speak from your heart if at all you have understood your content well. Then it will come from within the heart, right? So that is what you have to do. So with this, our first speaker, she is Shivani Dhimman. She has been the member since November 22. She is a teacher by profession. So we have architects, we have teachers, we have trainers, we have, you name the profession and people are here. That is the benefit of community club, right? Hobbies are singing and dancing. Wow, singing, okay? We should organize some singing competition. Sorry? Surely, yeah. Right? She is delivering her first speech. Level 1, project 1, we call it an icebreaker speech. Icebreaker speech. She is breaking ice, right? And 4 to 6 minutes, and what's your path? Yet to select? But icebreaker speech mein chalega. Next time I'll ask. Okay? And her evaluator is Toastmaster Abhishek. Tell us the objective of her speech, sir.
Since Shivani has the first icebreaker speech, so he is going to express the most, like we get to know Shivani more in person.
Great.
And in this speech, he is going to discuss regarding 3 lessons of his life. And the purpose of this speech is for people to share some learning of his life, that how he has grown up and what the learning and experience he has gained. So that he is going to share in this icebreaker speech.
Great.
This is to Shivani.
Shivani, 3 lessons of my life. 3 lessons of my life. Shivani, stage is yours. Good luck.
So it is very well said that house is the university and parents are the teachers. I hope you all agree. Good morning everyone. My name is Shivani Dhimman. And today I am representing my first speech of Toastmasters. So today I'll be talking about my 3 learnings that I've got from my parents. It is true serendipity that I have got my father and my mother as my parents. And I truly believe in it. If I talk about my father, he is my role model every time. So the first learning that my father gave is believing in yourself. That you should never stop believing in yourself. My father was the only person when he passed his 12th, so he came to the city, leaving his beautiful land of goats, okay, that is Himachal Pradesh. So he left that village and he came to Gurgaon. And here he started from scratch and he made to the hundreds. And he did a tremendous job. Whatever he put into, he gave his 100%. And he made us realize that if you truly believe in yourself, you become whatever you want to. And I can relate it to my life. Like if I remember my schooling, let me tell you everyone that I hated my school like hell. I never wanted to study. I hated studying. Okay, and yes, for that sake, I also passed my 10th with 47%. I'm not ashamed of it, okay? I passed it. But somehow I managed to pass it, okay? Though I didn't believe in that. And 12th, yeah, I passed my 12th with 62%, okay? And that was the only school, when it was my last year, I joined my hands and I prayed to God that this is the only place that I would never want to see in my life again. Not the teachers, not the principal, nobody. I don't care, like it was my last year. But because God had some other plans. Okay?
So after spending 3 years in my graduation, I went to the same school because my school was also having the it was the B.Ed, the school of education. Basically, I did my B.Ed from the same school. It was also having this college as the part of the same. Okay, so I had to go to the same building. The different building, but the same platform. Okay, the same principal because he was the principal of my school as well as my college. So I had to face them once again. Okay. But that was the year when I already realized my value, my potential, and I tried my 100%. That time B.Ed was of 1 year, okay? So I gave my 100%. And that year, my principal was the one who stood up on the stage and he gave 8 awards back to back to me. And I was also announced as the most talented student of the college, out of 200 students in that college, okay? And he was the only person. He gave the speech, and by ending his speech, he said that she is the only girl who never wanted to study in school, but she is the only girl to whom I am giving these 8 awards back to back. I am really proud of her. So for me, it was a real achievement I did in my life. Okay. So the first learning that I got, that always believe in yourself. You can do anything that you want to do. Okay, which is absolutely given by my father. The second learning that he gave, it is all about helping others, okay? Helping others without expecting anything in return. This is what I have learned from my father. Because the moment when I was growing up, I saw my father helping everybody that he could. Be it physically, be it financially, be it emotionally, be it spiritually. Every way he used to help others immensely. He never thought of not helping others. He did it. And the same thing we learned from him. He made us realize the value of helping others without expecting anything in return. Because God is the only person who is accountable of all your good deeds. He's adding up all the good deeds in the account and he's giving those deeds, okay, and he's paying it whenever you need it in your life when any kind of situation comes up, okay. So this is what he made me learn in his life, from his life. The third learning that I have got from my father, it is loving unconditionally. So I am the person, I and my sister, we both are the persons that we people have seen this couple as the role model couple in our life, okay. Like I remember that the morning time we used to get up, we used to open our eyes, so my father and mother kept on sitting on the bed, sharing the bed tea and talking about their day's plan. And the moment we used to sleep at night, that moment they both used to sit together and used to share their days spent. So this was the thing that we have seen in our parents, that loving unconditionally. My father, who was very handsome, okay, wearing the good one combinations every time, okay, used to deck up every moment, and my mother, who was the simplest one, okay. She was homemaker and she used to spend her day just thinking about her family. And my father was so in love with my mother, and so does my mother. They loved each other unconditionally and just made us realize that if you want to see somebody in your life, if you want to seek for someone, so just seek someone through whom you can love unconditionally without getting anything or without expecting anything in returns. And this is what we have seen in our parents. Though we lost our father in 2014, but yes, he just left physically, but emotionally, spiritually, mentally, everywhere we can see him and we can feel his presence. And the learnings that he gave us in his life, it is for life. So these are the 3 learnings, everyone. Thank you very much.
Can you stand up?
Thank you, sir.
Very thoughtful. So it's time to give feedback to her. There is a link there, feedback link in our group, members group. And for the guest, they can scan the QR code. So there is one guest here. You can scan the QR code and give feedback to her. She should be literally getting feedback, 22 feedbacks, right? We are 22 people. So nobody should be sitting idly for this 1 minute. Give feedback to her. And don't write only, it was a nice speech. No. Write what was positive, what she could have done better. When 1 minute is over, you tell us. So 1 minute is over. We'll go to the next speech, and our next speaker is a handsome man, Toastmaster Navcharan Singh. He is also the VP membership. He has joined club, I think just now.
Yeah, it's
Wrong, yeah. So when did you join?
May 2020.
May 2022, right? And he's a SEO executive in RTDS, right? RTDS, VP membership for MCTC. So he immediately fought election and became VP member. Reading, listening to music and playing volleyball. Even I love playing volleyball. Okay, pathway is presentation master. There are 12 pathways. Mine is effective coaching. His pathway is presentation mastery. And he is delivering in that fourth project of level 1. There are 5 levels. Level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In level 1, it is the fourth project, right? 1.4 in presentation mastery. That is the project he is delivering. His evaluator is Toastmaster Harjinder. Share his speech objective.
Good morning all. He is delivering project 2 from presentation mastery. So which means the writing the speech with purpose. So he will be going to present with us good speech, well organized speech, and speech can be of any type, humorous, it can be informational or any style he has selected. We will see, and I encourage him to complete his project with full confidence and well.
So is it 1.2 or 1.4?
1.2 with feedbacks.
Okay, fine. Great. Thanks for the correction. So 3 P's of my life, right? So now Toastmaster Navcharan, 3 P's of my life, 3 P's of my life. Toastmaster Navcharan, good luck to you.
Direction is more important than speed. How many of you agree with this? I can see the hands at the back. So right. So these are the 3 important lessons which I learned in my life. First one, purpose. Having a purpose in everyone's life is very important while living a life. So this is the hard lesson which I learned last month when I was talking with my friend Vishwa Vijay. I said, "Ye mere saath hi kyun hota hai? Why it happens to me only?" He said, "What? What happened?" I said, "My promotion was due, but they didn't do it." He said, "Okay, then what's the issue?" After that, he told me one advice which his father gave to him. So what was that? So he said, so if you are earning 30K, then you will be always competing with those who are earning more than you, like 50 to 1 lakh per month. There will always be a competition above you. So money should not be one of the things that you should be worried about. Because having a purpose in the life is more important so that you won't face a midlife crisis when you are at the age 40. Because money doesn't give the fulfillment. Are you all agree with me? Yes. So this is the first lesson which I learned from my friend. Having a purpose is very important in the life. So going to the second lesson, which is priority. So having the purpose with priority is very important. Because purpose acts as a compass. It gives you the direction where you want to go. And priority gives you a speed. how you want to go. So this is the second lesson which I learned in my college. When I went into a relationship, like college love, like everyone you should have gone to that. So what I realized in that is, when you get into a relationship, you lose some kind of friendship because you're not able to make like balance between both. So that happened with me also. So I realized that giving priority to the friendship is also important. So I went to the trip with my friends, and I was very happy with that particular thing. After 7 years, like I went to a trip. When I was in 2014, with after school. So this is a lesson which I learned. Like giving priorities to your friends is also important while living a corporate life. So lesson number 3. So after having a purpose and priority, the next lesson is productivity. So productivity, what it means by productivity? Like productivity is not like taking every task, doing everything just for the sake of doing it. So when I joined gym this year, August 2022, I was doing the exercise just for the sake of doing it. I was not focusing on my diet, which was also important while doing the gym. So when I did the body test last month, what I realized is I have dropped my weight by 2 kilos. Whereas my goal was to increase the weight because I was very skinny. So I didn't focus on my diet, so I lost my weight. So having the productivity and going the extra mile is very important when you are doing something. So which I realized from this third lesson. Yes. So after this, also I realized, like when you're doing in your daily task, there should be something like you should take a break also when you're doing when you're living a corporate life. Are you all agree with me?
Yeah.
Having a break?
Yes.
Exactly. So when I was talking with my friend who shifted from this current organization to a different organization, foreign company, what he told me was really amazing. His manager told him to take a break after 3 months when he had not taken any break. So can you imagine doing this in the same organization in India? You will be asked several questions. Kyun chahiye leave? Why do you want leave? Right? So that I realized, and I finally applied a week-long leave in my current organization so that I can give myself time. Because productivity also requires a break for yourself, to rejuvenate yourself. So these are the lessons which I learned, like living with a purpose, living with a priority, living with a productivity. So that's it from my side. Thank you.
Feedback time for Navcharan. One minute is over. Now we are getting into the third speech, and third speech is from none other than our president, current president, Toastmaster Deepanshu Jindal. He has been the Toastmaster. When he joined, his father and mother also had joined Toastmaster Club. I remember that, right? Sorry?
His father came.
And his mother also had come, right? No? Oh, then it's right, okay. So he's an architect student, right? VP membership he was earlier, and then his hobbies are volunteering, that's great, playing flute, and he has played flute in the club also, and learning new things. He keeps learning, and a very smiling face. His pathway is engaging humor, and as such, from the beginning I have seen. Then when he joined also, whatever the speech he delivers, he used to bring smile on our faces, because he has a good sense of humor. He is at level 5 now. At level 5, and project 2 is delivering 5 to 7 minutes speech he has. His evaluator is Toastmaster Ganesh, a veteran Toastmaster. Please share exactly what he is going to do and what is the purpose of the speech.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bakul. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
So Toastmaster Deepanshu is going to deliver his speech 5.2, and the purpose of his speech is to talk about the skill needed to successfully lead any quality organization and share his experience of last 6 months. And I wish you all the best, Toastmaster Deepanshu. And time is 5 to 7 minutes. Time, please note that.
Welcome Deepanshu. Deepanshu is going to share his experience to lead a voluntary organization. Leading voluntary organization, Deepanshu Jindal. All the best to you. We would love to learn.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, my fellow leaders, how often it has happened then when you make a decision, no matter how skeptical you were at first, fear was there and self-doubt, oh my god, that just keeps pouring in. But after some time, when you look back, you feel, man, that was the best decision I have ever made in my life. It is said, it takes leader to make a leader. And to make this leader, it has taken many, many leaders. In my school time, I was a notorious kid. I was so mischievous that even if I have not done something, my teachers will assume that Deepanshu must be a part of it. It so happens that I have never become a class monitor. I have never even led a team. The most I have ever achieved in my school was to be part of my school and college football team. Now, so as you can see, being a leader was never thought of and was never even thought by me. Now, when the opportunity presented itself in July 2022, after a lot of push by my fellow MCTians, I finally took the leap. And by pure serendipity, I became the president of this club. Now today I'm going to share you three valuable lessons that has made me a leader that I am today. When we started our Toastmasters, when we started our EC officer role, all the 7 of us, there were 2 huge issues that was faced by our club. First was getting all rows filled by time, and second, falling membership. It so happened because after 2 years of online meeting, we have finally transitioned to in-person meeting, and obviously it leads to some fallout, some members leaving the club. So there was a dip in quality of the NCTC. Now to address that, naturally we all the EC officers worked. All the EC officers personally reached out to members, personally reached out to guests. We even invited some prolific speakers from Toastmasters to present at a club. But the response was not to our expectation. So after a lot of deliberation, a lot of discussion, we finally decided that we will go all out for encouragement. We launched this Toastmaster of the Month award, in which we recognize the most proactive member of the month in the club. We started acting as a very happy parent, and we started celebrating every small or big achievement of our members. If they have completed a level, we made a flyer, presented it in all social media. And we also give them this laminated certificate. And slowly, it started paying off. The membership shot up. There was the quality of the meeting was almost to pre-COVID level, and sometimes even better. And the best part happened that MCTC was the only club out of all the 200 clubs in district that has completed 9 out of 10 DCP goals by September. So this taught me a very valuable lesson, that if you ever want to drive change, if you ever want to inspire action, if you ever want to motivate others to push their limits, the best tool there is encouragement. By encouraging others, you give a sense of belief to other person, you believe in themselves, and you create a very positive environment. A sense of encouragement. Encouraging others is a very important tool if you want to become a better leader. Second lesson happened when I was participating in the EC. My biggest fear, my biggest concern was that how would I effectively communicate with my team, as everyone in my team was a better leader and much more experienced than me. How would I handle differences of opinions? How would I deal with differences of opinion? How would I respectfully manage each one of them? So I made a deal with Toastmaster Ganesh that I will only become president if you will join the EC, so that if any fallouts, you will take care of them. But whenever we have this EC meeting, I have observed leaders like Ganesh, Vivek, Navcharan, Atul, Abhishek. I observe them that in order to become a great leader job is to make sure that each and every one of your team member is heard. You address each one of their opinions, ideas, and you all work together in a synergetic way to create, to go toward the higher purpose and make decisions for your club. Now this taught me a very valuable lesson, that if you ever want to become a great leader, you have to make sure that you are a very good listener. Communication is a two-way street, but a very effective communication really happens when you listen more and speak less. That's how you become a better leader. The third thing happened when I was actually hiding from taking an EC role for more than 2 years. I always made excuses. But after 6 months, when I reflected upon it, I realized that it is one of the best decisions I have ever made. It made me a better leader. And what I made sure is that anyone can thrive if they are in an encouraging atmosphere. If NCTC provides an encouraging atmosphere where mistakes are not discouraged, where they're looked as an initiatives. And so that's how I have improved as a leader. So what my third lesson is that take the leap. Take the leap. Action has a superpower in it. When you take action, providence moves too. All sort of help occur to help you become a better leader. So take the action. Now, to upcoming EC, I have one major lesson. That if you're participating in EC, if you want to take an EC role, take the role that you're not good at. Usually people do is that if they are CA, they take the role of treasurer. So you're already good at it. But this place is a very encouraging atmosphere. Take the role which you're not good at. If you're not good at interpersonal communication, take the role of VP membership, because then you have to talk to the guest. You will be the first point of contact. If you want to know how to manage a club, take the role of VP education. If you fear public speaking, take the role of SAA, because then you always have to speak. Your stage presence is fixed. So by doing so, you will become a better leader. Take the lead. And I can assure you all that if you really want to maximize your Toastmaster experience, if you want to squeeze every drop of juice from this experience, take the EC role. Because being an EC gives a lot of opportunities. You get to meet many district leaders. There are training that happens. So as a leader, you develop yourself. And it really helps in your professional life.
Thank you so much. 20 years old boy from a college teaching leadership lessons, that can happen only in Toastmaster Club. Would you all agree with that? Yeah. 1 minute feedback to Deepanshu as well. 1 minute is over. So let us bring the energy back into the room by clapping. Everybody will clap, okay? This clap is for all the 3 prepared speeches. They did really very well and they gave some very, very useful lessons. Now we are getting into the second one. Okay, so which are the 3 roles I explained? President Education. So let me check. What does Vice President Education does?
Educating on the pathways and the learnings.
My God, a guest talking about it. That means I did a very good job.
Making
Thank you.
making meeting and planning.
Enter meeting planning. Wonderful. Yeah, that's what the Vice President does. Now we will discuss 2 more roles. Very interesting roles. A good leader takes a little more than his share of blame and little less than his share of credit. Just 2 days back, I gave a lecture on chapter 12 of Bhagavad Gita. And in that, Lord Krishna says the highest form of bhakti is karma phala tyaga. He said, अगर जो भी हम कुछ भी करें ना, we want always to have credit of it. Everything we want a credit. But in 12th chapter, Bhagavan says, Lord Krishna says that tu karma phal tyag ki agar tu chalu kar dega na, you will reach at the highest one because it gives an eternal peace, right? So kabhi bhi kuch bhi kaam kar apeksha, that is what leader has to do, right? Take little less share than the share of his credit. So Vice President Public Relations. This time, this man has done such a wonderful job, I would tell you, right? What is the public relations enhances visibility of club, right? Through multiple touch points and that includes social media. Can you see MCTC is more visible now?
Yes.
Right? During COVID time, we were not that visible. So the moment we started offline, all the online members, because then when MCT said members from Kolkata and Germany and many members had joined from different parts of the country and outside the world also. Now when we became offline, now they cannot come, they all left. Our membership dropped. It is this man who really did this, and today we want to cut membership, to be very honest. I know so many members, right? We are not able to give roles, right? He promoted club to eligible guests, notify media regarding club's existence, benefit of joining club, develop and maintain club social media pages. I go to Instagram, I go to LinkedIn, I go to Facebook, I see MCTC. And this time it is done, this AC has done a wonderful job. Create club publicity campaigns, ensure the club contact and meeting information is up to date in the club central. So if at all you want to learn social media, creating flyers, becoming very creative, if at all you are a finance guy only playing with numbers, sometimes do a creative job. Take this role. We have many chartered accountants in our club. They can take such roles, right? Because that's a completely different work, right? Understand the importance and impact of Toastmaster brand. He is the one who creates brand equity of Toastmaster. And update the web content and safeguard Toastmaster brand, right? Remain current again and Toastmaster magazine and Toastmasters international social media channels and everything. It is the public relations guy who does that job. Right? In marketing and promotion, social media, these are the skills which are needed. Develop a social media plan. I see, because whenever you complete the levels, your photo might be appearing right on the LinkedIn. Have you seen your picture? Right? Facebook and all. You feel good about it, isn't it? It is the public relations guy who does that job for us. And I tell you, even my visibility increased because of that. I have started taking more roles now. Because वो मेरा photo उधर डालता है. Just joking. I'm just joking. But that is why we increase our visibility. In the professional world, you should be visible, right? If you are out of sight, out of mind. And it is the public relations guy, he does that job for us. Right? Writing press releases, your writing skill will improve. Networking and critical thinking and rest of the stuff are the same. So public relations job is also a good one. And secretary, this man has a job, okay? Right? Secretary, don't read this public. As a secretary, you maintain all club records. You might have seen Abhishek's minutes of the meeting. Do you see that in our group? What a detailed minutes he writes. And when I was VP education and I had become secretary also. I used to write everything and then type it and punch it and all. In the process, you have to remember, right? You have to be a better listener in the club, right? So that is what he does, right? So takes the minutes of the club and EC meetings, organize and maintain club records and files, update and distribute. He works very closely with the president and update club officers list on the Toastmaster International, because they have to do a lot of job on the portal as well. Understand? So it doesn't mean that too much of job, right? In a week, 2 hours. 1 or 2 hours, right? And order supplies needed, certificate nahi hai, ye nahi hai, wo nahi hai, everything he manages, remain current with that. And then organizing and record maintenance, you learn that, how to organize. I was very poor at one point of time. I learned in the process, right? Critical thinking, meeting organization, document decisions agreed at the meeting. He will take, when EC meetings happen, you met regularly, right? Your EC meeting, recently also you met. He is the one who really takes the record of what are the decisions taken. And then document decisions agreed at the meeting and communicate decisions to the larger audiences. So that's what he does. These are the skills one learn. There are 2 more roles we'll discuss, but before that, we have the next section coming, the most exciting section. And our table topic master has prepared really well, I must say. And the table topic master is Bhawna Mehta. She has been the member since November 2000. When did you join? November. So that's correct. Okay. So November is now. Okay. She is a master's in business administration. I am also one. Working at KPMG. So working for a consulting firm. Hobbies are volunteering, dancing, playing TT. Even I also play TT, my God. Okay. Traveling and yoga. Even I also do yoga. Okay. So a couple of hobbies are matching. Okay. She is the one who is going to take us through the table topic sections where even the guests will have chance to speak today. Okay. So be ready. You will be caught. Bhawna. You want this? Yes. This is in this organization.
Good morning, Toastmasters and guests.
Good
morning. Okay, so as you all know, we are nearing towards the end of the year, and almost all of us would agree that another year has gone by in a jiffy, right? Nonetheless, we have all successfully made it through another chapter in a wonderful book called Life. For today, I have prepared certain table topics which will help you travel back in time this year and reminisce all the fun, enjoyable and the most vital moments of this year and express your feelings and thoughts on that. So yes, let's get started. And before that, there are certain rules which need to be followed.
Go to the next one. Yeah.
So in table topics, we usually follow an Oreo approach. So this is for the guests because members would already be aware of it. So in Oreo, the O means opinion. You have to state the opinion you have on the topic given to you. Then R stands for reason. What is the reason you are sticking to that? You have chosen that opinion. You have to tell that reason. And E is for example. You have to quote some examples from your life or anywhere to back your opinion. And the last is O, which is opinion, again restated just to emphasize on the opinion again. Timing is 1 minute. If you complete, we'll show green card. 1 minute, 30 seconds yellow card and 2 minutes red card. And after 2 minutes, if you exceed 30 seconds, you would be provided 30 seconds to finish. If you exceed, you would be disqualified for the elections. For the results. Okay, let's get started. And okay, who would like to volunteer from the members first? Toastmasters. Okay, Toastmasters. So first you would be provided an icon. Maybe you can guess what is that icon stand for, then the topic would come. Oh, it has already come. Okay, so first is the resolution I kept but could not continue for more than a week was. All the best.
Thank you. Actually, whenever we talk about the resolutions, I believe everyone took at least one resolution on 1st of January every year. And it will be vanished before 10th. It happens with me as well. If I can remember for this year, I took resolutions, I will complete, I will join gym. That's the common one. but I'm still thinking about it.
You're still thinking about
it. That's one. And second one, just I have one bad habit. The good habit, I love to read, I love to learn. But bad habit is that I not get to finish that. When I start, I will just complete for 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 month, 2 months. But in the end, up to 80%, 90%, then I left that. This is the resolutions I have now. I can assume that in this year I took 2 courses, one on the share trading, to understanding. I just target to finish within this year, but I am just have now 50-60% on that courses. Hopefully, still we have around 25 days. I will definitely complete the resolution. That reminds me, I have to finish, then I will do that. Thank you.
I think for this topic, I just can say that my resolution for the coming year is that I'm never going to take resolutions. Okay, any guest would like to volunteer? Yes, you can come. Then maybe after you guests.
Yeah.
All the best.
The most heartwarming moment of the year was when. Okay. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Around 5-6 months back, I was walking in my home, and my wife said me one sentence. And that sentence was something that, forced me to think what I'm doing from last so many years. And that one sentence changed the way of my thinking. I have a habit that whenever I will open the door, I will not close it fully. Whenever I will open any drawer, when I will close it, it will remain a bit open. And it is every time I notice it. And she said that, why do you do every time? And always she used to shout on me that you don't do this, you don't do that. And that day she calmly told me, why don't you close this door properly? That minute, when I looked into my past, I realized that it's not only about doors. It's more than that. There are many things that I pick up, but I don't close them properly. What I mean to say is, I don't take them to the conclusion. For example, I chose this path of Toastmasters, and I'm from last 3 years a Toastmaster, and I haven't completed my one path. So that one line forced me to think to my entire journey. And then I connected many dots. Then again I realized that, okay, this is not only for one thing, it's about the habit. And then luckily, after a couple of weeks back, I got a chance to hear the session of Toastmaster Bakul, where he was talking about the power of habit. Then I connected both things, this is something that in your habit, and it's for the wider thing. So that was a very heartwarming moment for me. That forced me to think in different direction, and since then I have a couple of goals which I set for me, and I'm now trying to achieve all of them. With that.
Any guest would like to volunteer?
Yes.
All the best. One important lesson I learned this year was, I think it's a life experience in itself, because this year has been a lot of disappointments for many reasons, but it's just the last couple of days that I realized that it's not just disappointment, but there's so much good that happened in this year, and how mind thinks is always focus on disappointments and actually make it bigger and bigger and bigger. And it is so disturbing that we always focus on the negative rather than focusing on things which we should be so grateful for. So it's in the last couple of days that there were some moments that happened that I realized how grateful I am for a lot of things that I'm blessed for, and I started counting them on. And then I started refocusing on the disappointments that I had and started picking them up one by one. And then I began action. I think one of you mentioned that action is so important. Then I thought, okay, this is the first action that I'm taking today, that there was something that I was very disappointed pointed about, that how do I work on my communication skills, how do I work on presenting in front of people very, very confidently. And today here I am taking the first step of action to really work towards making a disappointment and turn that into something that I can be very proud of by putting that into action. So really looking forward to be a part of this group. Hopefully a lot of our disappointments turn into something that we are very grateful of by putting the right action into them. Thank you.
I would like to share one important lesson I learned this year. So I have always been fearful of making mistakes. Like I would just, back myself. And so the lesson which I learned is make mistakes. Because mistakes teach you in a way no one or nothing can, right? So through your mistakes, I think there's a blessing in mistakes. So I won't say that intentionally make mistakes, obviously not. But if you have made mistake, just think of it as a blessing that you have a good amount of lessons to be learned. Great. Next guest, anyone?
Ashia.
Thanks, Shreya. All the best.
Thank you. I'm a little bit nervous here.
No, it's no place to learn.
Okay, if I could go back in time this year, I would.
Okay. I would, if I could go back in time this year, I would become a strong person. Right now, I feel hesitate in front of speaking others, so I would remove my fear speaking in others in the front of others. So I would. Sorry, I'm not able to convey my message.
Yeah, you're on the right track, in fact.
Yeah. So every time I fear a lot to speak in front of others and to convey my message to others. So that's the only thing I want to improve. So not fear in front of others and do whatever you want to do.
Anything else? Anything else?
Like in my office meetings, I always fear to speak and participate in meetings. So yeah. So most of the time I remain keep silent. So yeah.
You don't speak up there.
Yeah. So I want to remove that fear from myself. That's why I like
fear the right.
I can go on.
Is the right way?
Yes. From
It's
today.
gone from today.
Yeah. Thanks everyone.
It has started already.
Yes, Vandana. Pastor Vandana, please come.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Sad that I became a year older this year, but I'm happy that I am overcoming my. I'm becoming older, but the want from my older self is to learn more and more, which I lacked. So for so many years, I was like for 20 years in my life, I was stagnant, nothing happening in my life, and for the last 4-5 years, I have changed myself and I started to learn new things, new life lessons. A lot of new things are happening in my life, and but I'm not fearful of getting older now, and I'm loving the 50 plus life of my life, and I'm happy that after 50 years of my life I'm living a new life again. And I want to start a very fresh life and a life full of learnings, positivity, and a lot of new achievements that I want to have. So I'm not fearful of getting older now, and I love this life. Thank you so much.
Topic was just precisely what you mentioned, that I wanted to listen to another perception about getting older. So it is not always that we have to be sad when we get older, because every age brings lots of new opportunities, new experiences, joyful moments. So every day of every age is equally important and equally memorable. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vandana. Okay, any other person? Yes, please come. Yes. This year I went for the vacation to a beautiful place, which is?
We've seen our ups and downs this year, and the downs, it called for a vacation. It called for some time off. Our minds, they wander into the valleys. Our mind, it wanders into the seas. What did I choose? I chose Spiti. Why did I choose Spiti? I knew it would be a rich blend of good experiences, of great learnings, and not the least, I knew it would be a great stroke of serendipity to even get there. Why? Because I was driving on my own. Not via four-wheel drive, but rather a two-wheel drive. Wow. So that is the challenge we took upon ourselves. When I say ourselves, who do I mean?
You on your bike?
No. Me, my parents, my sister, and our car.
Oh my God, two-wheeler?
Yes. No, not a two-wheeler. I said two-wheel drive. Not a four-wheel drive, a two-wheel drive. The roads were such that it could instill me the greatest of the fears throughout that I have ever felt in my life. And they did. There were instances when I thought I was going to fall off the cliffs. My parents were out of the car because they had to guide me through the roads. The roads aren't there. It's all dusty, it's all muddy. We don't have what we call the barrier that keeps you from the edge. We don't have a place that could protect me from falling off. That happened, it taught me a lot of things. First, life isn't something that you can discount for. Why? It teaches you, if you are going at something, go with your full potential. Go with your full power. Else, if you only for once, question yourselves, you're down the bridge, you're down the cliff, it's all over in a moment. That's what I did, and I actually did question myself. The drive was such, it made me question my every instinct, my every turn, and being responsible for a family, the family was provided for us through these years, it again instills a fear into you that if something goes wrong, this is it. The only thing that I had in my mind was to get back home safely, even though I hate my work, what I do, but I just wanted to be a day that I want to go back to work. Monday, I want to go back to work. That's the only thing I had in mind when I was driving through those terrains. Thank you so much.
I think it's a serendipity that I chose the right person for the right topic. Anyone else would like to volunteer?
Quick mention.
Guests or
There is one guest here.
Oh, we have guests. Yes, please come. I think it will be easy talk. Time? Do we have time?
We have time for one.
Do we have time for paper topics? Yeah. Okay. It's 12. Okay.
Can take one.
One more. Come. This year was unique and special as compared to others because
This year was unique and special as compared to others because I tried a very new thing that was manifest. So how many of you know about manifestation? Okay, so you have tried it?
Yes.
And it works.
Yes, it works.
It works. It definitely works. It changed my life. It changed my life completely. Like I've been stronger, I've been healthier, and I started to learning new things. Because if you are a manifest, you have to trust in universe. You have to give it a trust.
Yes.
And giving a trust is a very big task. because trust is like you can't have it, because you are a fear girl who wants to trust universe that please I want this and I should get that. So this was unique because I tried new things and that was better. It turned out to be good. It was really better. I started doing tarot and I started earning with it. My earnings for 11th class girl, and which is a very big deal for me because I am thinking that the way I want to treat me like that, I want my parents to treat me like that, I can treat them like that. I can give them gifts on their birthdays, anything on their anniversaries. So this year was unique because I learned new things. I learned to earn myself. I learned that you should achieve by yourself, not to be dependent on others. Thank you so much.
Yes, we have some other topics left, but I think in the shortage of time, we'll just end it here. Thank you so much. That was the end of the talk.
Great. Everybody spoke very well. So the topics I'm just running very fast. Now there are 2 roles remaining, okay? Treasurer and Sergeant at Arms. Very quickly I will go through because they are both important roles. So the quotation here, if your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more and do more and become more, you are a leader, okay? So that is what the EC team will do. Now let us discuss 2 more roles. Treasurer is a money man, okay? He takes care of the money, whatever the membership fees we pay, he manages that money, right? As a club's accountant, he manages club's bank account, writes checks approved by the executive committee and deposit membership dues, due payment and other club revenues. So that's what the treasurer does. He maintains record and maintain accurate up-to-date financials of the club. Manage club bank account. We have a bank account and a very rich bank account because during the COVID years we had no spending, right? Make deposits and write checks. Now we have started because we have to pay rental for this and all. Collect and submit membership and renewal dues. Create budget, file necessary tax documents if they are needed, prepare documents for the annual audit committee because our accounts are audited, prepare quarterly financial reports and submit to EC, and maintain current with our leader. So his training will also happen, how everything happens, right? And one should know basic bookkeeping. If you are very poor at finances, you should take this role. Doesn't mean that you really spoil the account, but at least you can learn, okay? Budget monitoring, financial record, control and maintenance, adhering to financial controls, you will learn this, right? And critical thinking, organizing, and the rest of the things are the same. This is the role of a treasurer. And last but not the least, he is the man who always speaks first, and that is Sergeant at Arms. He is the man who speaks first, always, every session. Keeps the track of the club physical property, all this, right? Everything. He takes care. Okay, because the sergeant has a banner, lectern, like time devices, other meeting materials, so many things are needed, right? Paraphernalias are needed, and he manages. Arrive early to prepare for the meeting and goes late, okay? So he has to spend little more time. But he has to spend time only here, nowhere else, okay? So sergeant always speaks first in the meeting. He is the first one to open the meeting, right? He will talk about rules and all. He really can make it very interesting. He stores the club equipment and material, manage meeting facilities, provide hospitality and information to the guests because he also has a role to play there. Understand physical logistics, everything, right? Distributor like what, if TV chalu nahi ho raha hai, right? I will go to the SAM and you please help me, right? Distribute club materials, negotiate as needed wherever, and remain current with the letter, and then organize session and problem solving. Any emergency may come here, right? And he's the one who really takes care of it. And I want to become a sergeant at arms once because these are the areas I have not worked on, right? Maintain records, inventory control, understanding of physical logistics, networking and relationship, and then compliance and whatever the refreshment we get. It is that man who takes care of it, okay? So he is the one. You can give a recommendation to him, कि हमें ये chips नहीं खाना है. That feedback goes to him and he is the one who will take care of it. So he is the man who takes care of the club logistics, okay? So finally, these are the roles, 7 roles. Please come forward, participate, take lead and learn, okay? So a good leader sustains momentum. A great leader increases it. And last EC did it in a style. And they remain guide also, right? They remain guide also. So it's not that, I mean, they are gone, so nobody is there to guide. Everything runs very smoothly at Toastmaster community. So here are the roles. Thank you so much for a patient hearing. We are getting into the third, the most important sections. Before that, a strong clap is needed for us to have an energy. So I invite my fellow Toastmaster, our general evaluator, and one of my mentors, I would say, Toastmaster Bhanu, to come and conduct this session of evaluation. Toastmaster Bhanu, welcome.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bakul. Another huge round of clap again for this wonderful meeting. It's time for the evaluation to know how we have done today in today's meeting. So first, I would like to invite our prepared speech evaluators to evaluate the prepared speakers. First, I would like to invite Toastmaster Abhishek to evaluate Toastmaster Shivani's speech.
Good afternoon, my dear fellow master and my dear guests. So today, the speaker Shivani has an ice-breaking speech, and he has shown a confidence and flawless in his while delivering this speech, which is splendid, I can say. While delivering, he has given his thought-provoking speech with giving 3 lessons of his life. And while delivering, he has while delivering and emphasizing the 3 points, he has shown 3 fingers, and which gained the attention audience at that time. And he has well structured the speech by dividing 3 lessons: school, then a bachelor of education journey, and then the family life. And so that all the people get easily understand what is the content he was delivering. And while saying all the content, he has keep giving the learning in the entire content. Like the first learning he has given, always believe in yourself. The second learning he has given, helping others. In this way, the speech has gone a well delivered, and it's make the people more captivating because you're giving a new learning to everyone through your speeches. And as well as while delivering your speech, you have also used the word of the day, serendipity, which show how you good at attentive in the entire meeting. Along with this, we are coming to the essays. When I look at you, your hand was closed at that time. It shows that somewhere your confidence was getting down, or you have showing essays to the people. So that's your low confidence to the audience who are sitting in front of you. Second, the pause. Your pause was you are just flawless, continuous speaking in front of the audience. You should take pause while delivering the speech and use the follow, like from the left to the right, so that the other people who are sitting in the left and to the right extreme can know that you are getting that you are capturing their attention also. That was getting missed out while you are delivering the speech. And emphasis at that point, like when you say that, yeah, I was get 8 awards in the college back to back from your professor, the same professor who was saying that during your 10th and 12th classes. So at that time you should emphasize that point, so that because it was a time of your extreme a reward moment for your life. So you should emphasize that point, so that all the audience should know and remember after your speech for a long time. Yes, you have done a great job while you were in your BA journey. So that is all regarding your speech. And along with this, the voice modulation should be able to do throughout the speech, so that when you emphasize so that somewhere you want to know that attention, you want to know the audience that yes, audience should know that you should pitch your voice up and somewhere you're down, so that you can clearly go out from that pathway how your speech is telling. So that's all from my side.
Thank you, Toastmaster Abhishek. Now I would like to call upon Toastmaster Harjinder to evaluate Toastmaster Navcharan's speech.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone, and special good afternoon to Toastmaster Navcharan for completing project number 2 in presentation mastery. So he gave speech on 3 P's, basically purpose, priority, and productivity. So I think I myself also keep on working on these 3 P's, and thanks Toastmaster Navcharan to sharing this your stories with us, and it will be, I think it is relevant for all of us. And he shared his relatable his stories, so that is also good. Whenever we are writing a speech, if we are sharing our stories, it is better. So coming on to recommendation in this part, that I felt that stories were too short. Maybe you could have been more elaborative, and you could have been used some voice modulation also during your storytelling. Like you were telling that I was discussing with my friend that I could not promote this year. Why me? So maybe you could have added, why me? I am not getting promotion this year, or I didn't got the promotion this year. So it could have been improved. And I also want to tell you that sometimes, as Toastmaster Bakul has shared with us, that we need to arrive on the stage firmly. And you are comfortable on the stage, but you stand very relaxed way. Maybe I don't know your accent, but it is better you stand firmly on the stage. And your eye contact was also in the front rows. It was very less. You were like on the top of the back seats, but the eye contact on the front row was very less. All in all, very good speech. Thank you, Navcharan. I promise that I also keep on working on these purpose, priority, and productivity, and we all will learn more from you on the coming speeches also. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Harjinder, for comprehensive evaluation. Now I would like to invite Toastmaster Ganesh to evaluate our President, Toastmaster Deepanshu's speech.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
How was the speech of Toastmaster Deepanshu? It was a great, isn't it?
Yes. Yes.
The quality of a great speaker is to take audience where they are to where he or she want to take them. And this is exactly what happens with Toastmaster Deepanshu's speech today. In his entire speech, whatever good qualities of his speech should be, it was all there. He started with the quote. He engaged with some humor, his body language, confidence. It was all there, and I'm not going to talk about anything, all these points, because it is expected from Toastmaster Deepanshu to have all these qualities on his speech. But what I'm going to talk about. So I have got 2x2 box for him today, where I have got 2 commendation and 2 recommendation. Coming to 2 commendation. So what I really liked about him was sharing his personal stories and the learnings that he got from last 6 months. And he shared how many learnings? 3. Anybody knows what these learnings were? Take a lead. Take a lead. That was third.
Action.
Yeah, take a lead in action. That was third. What was the first one? Encourage people. Yeah. Second one?
Listen more, speak less.
Listen. And third one is to take a lead. So that forced all of us to think about, okay, these are the qualities we need to have. Yeah, and this is what really I liked about him. Second thing that I really liked about the message that he gave in his speech. And the message was to participate in the EC election. And how many of you are going to participate in the EC election? Look, how many nominations we are going to get. This is really what I liked about it. As I said, there are 2 recommendations as well. And these recommendations I am giving because For a normal, the person who is coming recently as a Toastmaster, I would not be giving these recommendations to him or her. But I am giving this especially to Toastmaster Deepanshu because he is a veteran Toastmaster. Recommendation number 1 is open the hand widely. You will see speaking Toastmaster Bakul, Toastmaster Bhanu, Toastmaster Reena, Shah Rukh Khan style. You know, they open their heart, the body. Yeah? Whereas in Toastmaster Deepanshu, when he was talking, his hands were open till here only. So this is one recommendation. And second recommendation that I will give, sorry. When he was talking, his more focus was, 80% focus was on this side. He was giving attention to this side as well, but it was less. As a speaker, it is our responsibility that we give attention to the entire room. All in all, it was a great speech and great learning for us. And I am sure that if Toastmaster Deepanshu will start giving attention to the entire room and will open hands like Shah Rukh Khan style, he will be able to deliver a wonderful speech in coming.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ganesh. Now it's time for our supplementary evaluation. So first I would like to invite Toastmaster Akshay for Grammarian report.
Good afternoon, everyone. So I'll present the Grammarian's report. So how do you feel the meeting was grammatically? If anyone noticed. So I noticed
but there are some areas of improvement.
It was good. There are a few cases of improvements. I will go through them. So there were very few subject verb issues. Basically, use of plural, singular, and those cases, those corrections were less. There were very few tense-related issues also that I found in this meeting. The word of the day was serendipity, which was used by Toastmaster Bakul, Toastmaster Shivani, Toastmaster Deepanshu, our guest as well, Toastmaster Bhawna, and Toastmaster Abhishek. So it was all in all, people were using the word of the day. Anyone remembers what was the word of the day in the previous meeting? Assiduous. Now I'm coming to areas where we could have done better. So I'll just go through the sentences which I have written and we'll see what would be the correct sentence. So, and I'll not name the member, I'll just say the member has said this word and we'll see what's the correct one. So the member said, which in turns foster learning. So which in turn fosters learning.
Which
so
in turns
yeah. Now the member mentioned, fill water till the top. So we can say completely fill it with water. So instead of saying that thing. The team is watching to you. The correct one can be the team is watching you. So two word is not required in this sentence. He did better job than me.
Then I?
He did better job than I did.
Then
so
I
that
yeah,
is not required over there. Achievement I did in my life.
I achieved
in my life. So that cuts short 3 extra uses of words. A person who is accountable of all good deeds. Accountable to someone, to something, and accountable for all good deeds. So of is incorrect, to and for can be used. Wearing good combinations. So we can say always dress properly instead of that sentence. Everyone should have gone through that in their life. So we can say everyone should have experienced that in their life. 3 lessons that has shaped me. So over here, 3 lessons that have shaped me is the correct one. Yeah. Most of the time I keep silent. I kept silent or I remain silent if it's a continuous position. Started to learning new things. Started to learn new things and ing is not required. Just 2-3 more. We can call the evaluator to evaluate the speaker. So we call the evaluator to evaluate the speaker's speech, although you corrected it afterwards. Your confidence was down. So we can say you were low on your confidence. He shared his relatable stories. So we can say he shared anecdotes from his personal life. And take him where they are to where they want to be. So we can say take him from where they are to, so from to is a combination of where. So I think these are the few cases where we could be better from next meeting. And just last thing, I know while we are speaking of where, we are mostly concerned about what the content we are speaking. So how we can improve ourselves on grammar. So how do you think we can improve ourselves in grammar? By, I think, reading, by listening, by personally I use MS Word and Grammarly. These are tools while writing speech or yes, Grammarly, yes. So we can make use of all these tools and all these habits to improve upon our grammar skills. So thank you. That's all from my side.
Thank you, Toastmaster Akshay. Now I would like to invite our counter for today, Toastmaster Manju.
Good afternoon, everyone. As I mentioned earlier, I shall note all of your speech fillers which you use while giving your speeches. So I'm going to present this report here. I'm starting with, of course, Deepanshu. Deepanshu uses only one sound, A and and other than this, he used many times repetitive words like accents. He used many times accents like this. So this type of words he used 3 times. Then secondly, TM Bakul sir, he used okay words many times, and sounds very less. And one thing is positive, that is no pauses in his speech. This is very flow, too much good flow in his speech. This is very good. And TM Vandana, she used 2 times and 1 time repeat words. Bhawna, 1 time crutch words like well and like. These 2 words she used in her speech, and 1 time and Next, Shivani. Shivani used crutch words so many times, and 3 times sounds and 2 times used like she used like many times. Most of the sentence she used okay.
She's a teacher.
Second, Navcharan, TM Navcharan, he used crutch words so many times. So many times. And 1 time only. Bhavna, she used so words frequently in her speech, and 4 times and Table topic speaker 1. Sorry, I didn't mention name here because
Surinder.
Okay. So sir, you use 2 times crutch words like so well, and 3 times and Table topic speaker 2. Use only crutch word once. Table topic speaker 3. Only once use. Table topic speaker 4. Uses many times and 4 times, and 3 times repeated words. Table topic speaker 5. 2 times crutch words, 4 times and 2 times repeated words. And table topic speaker 6. 1 time only she use and sound, and 1 time only repeat words. Now I am concluding my report here. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Manju, for comprehensive counter report. Now, I would like to invite Toastmaster Diya to present the timer report.
Today meeting started at exactly 10:30, which is a very good thing. So coming to the 3 segments, starting with the TMOD, Bakul sir. Your allotted time was, first it was 5 minutes, you took 5 minutes 42 seconds. TM Bhanu, allotted time was 5 minutes. You took 5 minutes 27 seconds. 30 seconds as buffer time, so you are qualified. Coming to the speeches, starting with Toastmaster Shivani, allotted time was 6 minutes and 30 seconds for buffer. You took 6 minutes 22 seconds. Second is TM Navcharan. Allotted time was 7 minutes. He took 5 minutes 6 seconds. And Toastmaster Deepanshu, allotted time was 7 minutes. You took 7 minutes 11 seconds. All of the 3 speakers are qualified for voting. Coming to the table topics, starting with Toastmaster Surinder. Allotted time was 2 minutes. He took 1 minute 28 seconds. Toastmaster Ganesh, allotted time was 2 minutes. He took 1 minute 54 seconds. Guest Shilpi. Am I right? Allotted time was 2 minutes. You took 1 minute 18 seconds. Guest Ashia, allotted time was 2 minutes. You took 1 minute 9 seconds. Toastmaster Vandana, allotted time was 2 minutes. You took 1 minute 26 seconds. Guest Pranav, allotted time is 2 minutes. You took 2 minutes 34 seconds. That exceeds the qualification limit. You are disqualified by just 4 seconds, although you spoke very well. Guest, what's her name? Sorry? Diksha. Guest Diksha, allotted time is 2 minutes. You took 1 minute 36 seconds. Coming to evaluation section, Toastmaster Abhishek, allotted time was 3 minutes. You took 3 minutes 35 seconds. Hence, you are disqualified by just 5 seconds. Toastmaster Harjinder, allotted time is 3 seconds. You took 2 minutes 19 seconds. And Toastmaster Ganesh, allotted time is 3 minutes. You took 2 minutes 54 seconds. In evaluation, Toastmaster Abhishek is disqualified. Rest of them are qualified. Toastmaster Akshay. Grammarian. Allotted time is 4 minutes. You took 4 minutes 30 seconds. You are qualified. And Toastmaster Manju, allotted time is 3 minutes. You took 3 minutes 16 seconds. You are qualified.
Great.
Thank you, Toastmaster Diya, for such a meticulous timekeeping. Now it's time for my report, the general evaluation report. So as usual, I would start with the good things which happened today. So today our regular Sergeant at Arms Toastmaster Atul was not here because of some prior engagement. So kudos to Toastmaster Surinder. He stepped in and he played the role of Sergeant at Arms. So big round of applause for him. That's the Toastmaster spirit. We fill in for each other and we lift each other. So don't feel that you are at some alien place and nobody is going to support you. So we support each other. That's the Toastmaster spirit demonstrated by Toastmaster Surinder today. Thank you. Coming to the theme of the meeting, it was about the leadership in context of the upcoming EC elections, and who else can do the session better than Toastmaster Bakul. So, thank you, Toastmaster Bakul, for explaining all the roles very well. That such a detailed presentation, and when you come into the room, you bring lots of energy. So naturally the members and guests, they look at you and they just fantasize that I would like to be a speaker like Toastmaster Bakul. Yeah. So I can say, yeah, so he is the best, perfect person to take such sessions. Now, a couple of recommendations for you. The slides are quite busy. So that whenever we do a presentation, we should follow the 6x6 rule. That we should have only 6 bullets and each bullet point should not have more than 6 words. So because keeping so busy slides, then although your audience would be hooked to reading the slides and they won't pay attention to you. So that might be. Another, we should be gender neutral while speaking about the roles. So I observed that he was using he, him, his. So we, so we want to encourage our women members also to come and take those roles. So we have to be careful. And whenever we use, so you can say he or she, or you can use third person, like the person should be. Just, coming to the table topics, great table topic session. It was like for the year is ending and it's a perfect time to sit down and reflect what we have done, what we should have done, and take those learnings into the next year. So very appropriate time to come up with such table topics. She explained the table topics very well, that how you should prepare your table topics. One suggestion for you, Toastmaster Bhawna, that when you give the topic, so please follow the standard Toastmasters format, which is topic, speaker name, topic, speaker name. So for example, you are giving me some topic, Bhanu, how is life? How is life, Bhanu? So that will make a kind of a reminder in speaker's mind as well as audience mind what was the topic. Okay. Now coming to the table topics, so I'll just quickly go through the how each table topic speaker performed. You can come and talk to me after the session to give individual feedback. So all the table topics were great. They spoke very well because the topics were great. They were about what happened in the year and what they feel about. So everybody was doing their best and they were ready to speak as soon as you came on the screen. Well, I think a couple of, so Surinder, you were great. You know that what you started but you couldn't complete. Ganesh was great. So Ganesh, you should have been definite because this was a heartwarming moment. So you said 5-6 months ago. So maybe you could have mentioned some time or date that on this date. So that's the only correction I see. Shilpi was great. I didn't realize that she was speaking for the first time here. And Ashia, you should also try to add some more stories. So whenever a topic is given, so yeah, we generally are very kind of concise. We want to finish it out and speak to the point. But here in table topics, we want to add some experience. We want to add some story, some quote. So try to be more. So that's how you will speak more. That's how you will be more comfortable. Vandana, yeah, again, you were well, like you were talking about the last 4-5 years, but you could have been more precise about this year. And what I say that I was a year older, but we shouldn't feel like that we have got 1 year older. We should have feel like that we have learned something new and we are getting younger by one more year. And Pranav, wow, wonderful. you literally took us to the Spiti Valley and how, what are the nature there and how we should relate it with our life. So great job for everybody. Again, evaluators, so I would be giving some more feedback on the evaluator. Toastmaster Abhishek, again, you were using he or his when the speaker was a female, so please be careful about your gender selection when you're using. Also, don't fill your speech with too many commendation and recommendations. So I would suggest learn from Toastmaster Ganesh. He clearly said 2 by 2, keep 2 commendation and 2 recommendations. Because at this stage, she was giving icebreaker speech. So, like you have to give some workable commendation and recommendation. That's how. And when you give recommendation, show how the speaker can improve upon them. Don't just tell that what she didn't do. Tell us how she can improve on that. Okay. Same goes for you also, Toastmaster Harjinder. Your commendations were only very few. I think one, maybe it was very small, and you focus more on the recommendation part. I would say keep it balanced. You should give commendation for at least a minute, then recommendation for a minute, and then wrap it up. Toastmaster Ganesh, he took the perfect approach. He was good. So this was about the role players. Now coming to the overall meeting. The meeting was great. Few suggestions, like it was told last week also, especially the members. Please come on the time. Don't enter when someone is speaking. So I have observed both the rules were being broken again and again. It's not good. It's bad habit. Once you get into the trap of bad habit, you keep repeating it. So just curtail it. Just cut it short. Try to come, whatever situation, please come early. Otherwise, Toastmaster Deepanshu has to take some strict actions, as was told last week. We are very lenient, but please follow all the conduct rule of the meetings. Even one role player was late, so again, that's not a good practice. Again, the phone was ringing, somebody was went out during the speech to take a call, and there was some cross talks. Please avoid all this to maintain the decorum of the meeting. When the speaker is speaking, please pay full attention. The attention the speaker deserves. That's how, because if I am on the stage, tomorrow you will also be on the stage, and if you see that some people are speaking in front of you, you will not feel good. So that's it. So that's why from my side, sorry I took a very long time, but I needed to do justification to my evaluation. With that, I would like to hand over the stage to Toastmaster.
Yeah, thank you so much. I have nothing more to speak, okay? So I invite our President, Toastmaster Deepanshu Jindal, to conclude the meeting.
How was the meeting? Great, right? So not wasting any more time, we'll quickly go on to the voting. A voting link has been shared on the WhatsApp groups. For the guests, please scan the QR code and give your valuable vote so that we can select the best out of all the role plays. Yeah, while we are having voting, we'll quickly go to guest feedback. So for the guests, just please share how you like the meeting and any feedback or suggestion you have for us. So who would like to start now?
I had a great experience. I heard about Toastmasters about 10 years back. It was celebrated again. Then one of the people in my room, in my car, actually unknown, but happened to be a Toastmasters member. And at that time I heard about it and I really wanted to experience it because I realized this is something that's going to add a lot of value to me. So I loved the meeting, I loved the way the speakers spoke. Barely anybody felt like they're speaking for the first time or right way speech or somebody who's more than you. I think it's lovely and I really look forward to standing on the stage and really speaking in front of you more confidently.
Thank you very much.
It was a great experience because I was a little bit nervous. So I hear a lot of people convey their messages very precisely, but I am not able to. So that's the only fear I want to remove, and I want to improve my communication skills. I think that is a great platform to learn more.
Thank you, Anand. That's how we all start. So we all start like, I gave my first speech and it was like that I'm not coming here again. But the encouragement, the feedback we got, that is how you improve slowly and slowly. So it's a long journey. So that's how we take by step by step. Any more guests?
There's one Pranav and...
Yeah, Pranav.
This is embarrassing again.
That's how we compare to.
I get that, great marketing guys. So again, a great journey here, the 2 hours well spent, great enthusiasm by the whole audience, and seeing this big a bunch of audience, it's always enthralling and enthusiastic for the speaker who comes up on the stage. So great doing guys, and again thank you for having me over. Please don't expect the feedback of full time, I will be here.
Thank you. Your feedback?
It was amazing. I learned so many things and I would really like to come again. So yeah, that's it. Thank you.
So, as I mentioned earlier also, so this is a platform where people are being encouraged to speak and they are not being judged. You are not speaking very well. So, yeah, people give the recommendations to improve, and yeah, that's it.
Thank you. So for all the guests, please reach out to our VP membership, Navcharan, Ganesh. Any help you need with regarding membership, any doubts you have regarding Toastmasters, they will be very happy to help you. Do we have the results, Abhishek? Okay. So as you have seen Toastmaster Bakul explaining all the EC roles in detail. So I'll just tell you briefly how the EC election happens. So next week, we all know we have this Surajgarh, requesting everyone to join. Bhavna has registered, Ganesh has registered, Manish has registered. Guests are also welcome, ma'am. If you are free next Sunday, we are having a lot of fun next Sunday. So please join us. So after on 18th, we are going to have our election. So that is so the process is on 11th, we are going to open the nominations, and you can nominate for one role or more than one roles, whatever role you like. So the nomination will be via email. And by Friday, we will log the nomination. On Saturday, we will have a kind of a call-on interview. So basically, it's not an interview, just to explain you what the role is and to understand your views on that role. So after that, on Sunday, we'll have election. So let's just say there's election going for VP Education, and there's only one contestant. So first we will ask there will be an election officer from outside. They will ask if any nomination from the floor. You can also nominate another person. So there has to be one person to second that, and that person has to accept that yes, I am willing to be nominated. So once you are nominated, let's say if there is only one, so automatically that person becomes the next VP Education. Let's say there are two nominations. So the process is they both have to come here and give a speech for 2 minutes, and why should we vote for them for the VP Education role, and then the voting happens, and then the person is selected for that role. So that's the whole process. If you have any doubts regarding any roles, we have the WhatsApp group. Just drop a message that I want to know more about SA role. Someone from the EC will definitely reach out to you. You know all the EC officers. In the description there's each of their numbers. If you want to directly reach out to them, just reach out to them. Any role you want to take it. Elections are very fun. When I participated in election, I started from VP Education, didn't get nominated, slowly became the treasurer. So that's how it happens. And yes, the Surajgarh part, requesting everyone to join. It's once in a year opportunity, because in Toastmasters meeting we get a very little time to connect to each other, but that will be full day. We will have many team building activities, getting to know each other. Some people are bringing their families also, so that's going to be a very fun session. So right now we have not planned it because we will have, Cheyenne is there, Reena is there. They're planning some activities, team building activities. So that is what we are planning. People will leave Toastmasters meeting for 1 day. That's how it is.
That's fun, actually. It's a good fun. Yeah.
Thank you.
We should call our family and friends. My 14 years old is coming.
Oh wow. So we'll start with the results. We'll start with best auxiliary role player. We have 3: Grammarian Toastmaster Akshay, counter Toastmaster Manju, and timer Toastmaster Diya. Who do you think did the job well?
Just all the 3 did well. All the 3 did very well.
Right up.
But the award for best auxiliary role player goes to Toastmaster Akshay. We'll go for Best Evaluator Award. We have 3 amazing, we have 1 disqualification, right? So we have Toastmaster Harjinder and Toastmaster Ganesh. Who do you think did the job well? Ganesh. Yes, it goes for We don't give trophies. Thank you. Goes to Best Role Player Award. We have TMOD Toastmaster Bakul, TTM Toastmaster Bhavna, Jokemaster Toastmaster Vandana, and General Evaluator Toastmaster Bhanu.
Again, very tough.
All did well. All did well.
So, any guesses? Who do you think did it? Who should we give this certificate? Guesses?
Bhawna.
So, the award for Best Role Player goes to a table topic master, Toastmaster Bhavna. Next is Best Table Topic Speaker Award. They have amazing table topic speeches. Who do you think?
Only one is going to be given?
Yeah, two.
I had voted for two. Same?